it is Christine, and I am coming at you today with a very interesting video on what did we actually spend in Mexico. And not just in Mexico, how much did we spend getting to Mexico, coming back from Mexico, paying for the babysitters, the gas, the airport parking, the tips, the Ubers, the food, the souvenirs. Every single thing, we're gonna cover every penny in this video. And I just wanna say, it kind of goes to show how you can do a pretty fantastic vacation for not very much money. And the best part is we broke it up over 3 months, so we cash flowed the entire thing. We didn't even save in advance for this trip. Had a great time. It was a wonderful experience, and we came in so far under budget that I think I want to do it again. Join me as we go over the numbers in detail right now. Okay, let's jump right into the dollar bills info, or we could call them peso bills, but it doesn't have the same ring to it. As you can see here, I did like an estimate before we went to Mexico, and then after we got home, I tallied everything to see what we spent. And this is every single penny or peso that we spent on this trip. And let's go through it line by line so you can see how the breakdown was. Now, over here, obviously, our planes, I told you before, was super cheap, which is why we went in the first place. Hey! And we paid $356 for 2 round-trip flights from Salt Lake City, Utah to Merida, Mexico. The hotels, we got not a high-end hotel. I think it was a 3-star hotel, but not like a cheapy dump either. It broke down to be about $45 a night after taxes and fees and everything. For the 7 nights we stayed in the hotel was $426.52. So more than the planes, which is kind of weird actually. Our transportation to and from the airport was $44. That was a pickup at the airport to take to our hotel, and then a pickup from the hotel back to the airport at 5 in the morning. I could have saved quite a bit of money on this one because I could have done Uber. I didn't know. Now I know, and so if I'm going to recommend anyone going to a big city in Mexico, use Uber and not the shuttle. The Uber ride from the hotel to the airport was like $3.50 as opposed to the $22 here. So that's something to consider. I could have saved at least $30, $35, just didn't know any better. Airport food, we ended up spending $46.16. A big part of this was because on the layover coming back from Mexico, a friend of mine that lives in Houston picked us up from the airport, took us out to lunch, so we were not in the airport. I think I paid like $25 for a massive lunch for me and Dave. It lasted us the whole day. We did 4 tours while we were in Mexico. You could have definitely not done these and been cheaper, but we wanted to. We wanted to see the sights. We didn't want to rent a car and drive ourselves. We wanted to have someone who knew the area teach us about everything. So that's just what we chose to do. We did a 1-day tour to Chichen Itza and swimming at the cenotes. That was $75.24, included lunch. The cenotes tour, which included 3 cenotes, the drive out and back and lunch, was $98.02. Uxmal and Kaba was $78. And this is not per person. This was total for, you know. So the 75 ended up being like 38 and change per person, which I think is really good. We booked the Celestun tour at the last minute. Some people on one of our tours had showed us pictures, told us how much they liked it, and so we were like, let's go ahead and book it. And I did look online, and it was $70 a person online, but by booking straight through the company, Mayan Heritage, we really liked them. It was $104.06, and I just paid with my credit card right there that morning when they picked us up. So we saved about $40 by booking directly through the company and not online. Which also included lunch. That was a great day, a beach day. It was fantastic. We went to the Museum of the Mayan World. It was about $8 a ticket to get in, so $16.23 for that. The other museum we tried to go to was closed, and so we ended up not being charged for that, obviously. I had given my mom $100 or a little bit over. They only spent, actually, I think she only spent $60. I think there was $40 left when I got back. Oops, let's change that. They only spent $60. So, you know, I had some leftover money there. Mexico does not have a departure tax. And so I had budgeted $60 for it, but didn't spend it because they don't have that. We took 2 Ubers. One was with cash. I'm going to talk about the cash purchases separately. So one of them was not included in here. Sorry, we took 3 Ubers total. So this Uber line is 2 of the Ubers because I had used my credit card, and one was cash. Okay. So $782 for the 2 Ubers I'm counting on this line. Gas and airport parking was a little over what I thought, what I had budgeted, the $100. If I had thought that through more, I would have been more accurate on my estimate, but the parking for 7 days at the Park and Ride was $64, and then we paid $69.55 in gas. That was 1 tank of gas going down to Salt Lake and 1 tank of gas coming back from Salt Lake. So $133.55. That's almost one of the plane tickets, actually. It's funny. All right, let's talk about the daily expenses. I had kind of broken down individually this list, like souvenirs, 7 breakfasts at $10 a day, you know, the 3 lunches that weren't covered by the tours, and 7 dinners at $20 a dinner, some snacks, random tips you give. So I came up with a total of $455, okay? I took out cash, and I took cash with me and used cash for almost everything. And so I had taken $400 out in cash, but I only spent $304 in cash. So that's what I wrote here. And so that includes all the breakfasts, all the tips, all the lunches, all the dinners, all the snacks, some souvenirs, anything that you would spend cash on. It even includes giving some change to a few street performers that we were watching. We gave some change to some dancers at one of the restaurants. They were taking tips. The tip for the maid at the hotel. Like everything that we paid cash for is on this line, $304 for basically 8 days of travel. I tallied up my credit card purchases. This does not include the 2 Ubers or the museum fee. I took those out, but this was some souvenirs. Some of the restaurants was $61.54. So a total of $366. I was actually almost $100 under my estimate on the daily expenses, which just goes to show how cheap it is to vacation in Mexico and why I think Mexico should be a destination choice for everyone, basically. Let's scroll back up to the top. I wanted to come in under $2,500 for the entire thing, And as you can see, my actual total, $1,811.38. And that is everything you could even think of for the entire trip. We were gone from Monday night to Wednesday morning, so a solid 9 days. We spent 6 full days in Merida doing tours, museums, eating out every single meal, stayed at a hotel. I'd say that's a pretty solid vacation. So I would recommend Merida to anyone, and I would be happy to share some tips that I've learned in future videos if you guys are interested in that. We had so much fun. We're already planning our next trip. I'll talk about that more in a different video. Click on the screen if you guys want to subscribe or check out any of our Mexico vlogs. I've got a lot more coming. Pleasure to have you with me. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.